course, one of the biggest attractions of the Dededo Sports Complex is the all-new multi-purpose swimming pool. Off a day, the Micronesia Fair kicked off this morning, so we decided to stroll down Depot Beach and see what it's all about. Guam voters have a ton of options come election day. Many times, candidates are chosen based solely on popularity. Standing up here at Pocket Cliff, and after a hot day of exploring, it's time for us to cool off for a little bit. Keeping it local for Guam News Watch, I'm Unpingco. Standing here at Harvest Christian Church, where Ben Fieldhouse and his family attended regular services. Fieldhouse has been reported missing since June 17th. Right now I'm suited up in structural firefighter gear. This gear weighs anywhere between 45 to 70 pounds. Try to stay out of harm's way this weekend and have a safe and action-packed 4th of July. Keeping it local for Guam News Watch, I'm Unpingco. Oh, release my dog! Yeah. I'm here chilling with all the trees. One suggestion to prolong the life of your tree is to try your best to keep it cool. Standing here outside the Superior Courthouse, where a bomb threat was called in just before lunch today, emergency responders arrived on the scene and the courthouse was evacuated. Viva Guahan! Liberation Week is here and the festivities are in full swing as villages prepare their floats for the parade. We started down south in Agate to get a taste of what we can look forward to at Wednesday's parade. After getting a sneak peek at some of what the South had planned, we decided to go check out other parts of the island. We hopped over to PD where they're hard at work making sure their float looks tip-top for the parade. We didn't want to bug these guys too much, so we decided to head central to see what they're up to. Village of Agani Heights has something special up their sleeve for this year's Liberation Parade. Coconut Village has their coconut pride evident throughout their entire float. Speaking of coconut, we better split before they ask us to husk. Here the Tamuning Tumon Harmon float is pretty far along. They tell me that they're about 80% right now, but it's the finishing touches that are really going to blow everyone away. After watching these guys work for a little bit, we decided to roll up to Dededo to see what they have going on. The Dededo float's made of mostly recycled materials. They've been hard at work on the float since last Monday. Hey, you want to help? While we're here, we might as well pitch in. Keeping it local for Guam News Watch, I'm Unpingco. The Department of Corrections facility in Manilao represents different things to different people. While most people agree that it protects society from criminals, there is so much more than that going on behind those walls. Inmates are given classifications based on their level of security. Inmates with good behavior are given more privileges. Not all inmates are given privileges like visitation. Post 6 Special Housing Unit holds the most dangerous inmates. They are locked away in a cell like this for 23 hours a day. For 1 hour a day, they are allowed to go out for recreation, if this can be called recreation. While the DOC facility may seem intimidating, it's so much more than just a detention center. The facility is designed to rehabilitate the inmates so that they can become productive members of society once they are released. There are other inmates who have managed to make good use of their time. Inmate Daniel Turner has been in DOC for 21 years. Turner is serving a life sentence for murder, but you can never tell from his demeanor. Turner is mild-mannered, intelligent, and very, very polite. He has spent much of his time in incarceration educating himself in legal proceedings. Turner has even assisted other inmates in preparing their appeal documents.
We have our classification process here where they have the Adjustment Classification Committee. It's an administrative body here that determines where inmates should be placed within DOC. And part of it is incentives, and I'm at the highest level I can go. But it's, based a lot on what I've done and my behavior over the years.
DOC offers other rehabilitative programs for the inmates. The idea is to give them skills that they can use. Director Palacios states that incarceration strips many inmates of their dignity. Teaching them skills gives them purpose and also prepares them to function in society.
There's a lot of programs here, forensic treatment program from anger management. Okay, we have education. Okay, we have additional programs here to include vocational programs. Okay, like for example the auto shop, we have the Green Valley Farm, the welding. Actually it's not new, but we have this prison pilot program.
Correction officers have to walk a fine line. On one hand, they have to incarcerate potentially dangerous inmates, and on the other hand, they need to help the same inmates rehabilitate. Keeping it local for Guam News Watch, I'm Unpingco.
There's a lot of talk in the newsroom that my taste buds have been compromised, so I'm accompanied today by our local dessert expert, so we're going to go check things out.
Without further delay, it's time to see what these desserts are all about. Our sweet tooth expert, Tiana, will try each dish and they will then be rated using our scientific Tiana meter. The scale is simple. 5 Tianas is the best, while 0 Tianas is just horrible. So let's get into it. First up, bread pudding. Tiana says. Next up, the sweet rice cake. Tiana says. Now we have the coconut buñuelos, which we've been dying to try. Looks like Tiana's filled the capacity for now, so I'll have to try this one for myself. Next up, we have the mango ice cream. Tiana says. Now we have the German chocolate cake with coconut. Tiana says. Now we have the banana bread. Tiana says. Next up, we have the chocolate hopia cake. Tiana says. After extensive testing, we decided that all of the recipes were solid. Keeping it local with some professional help, I'm Unpingco.